and this maturity comes from accepting life as it is. Another aspect often mentioned by him was the continuity of bonds. He rejected the idea that death severs everything. According to his accounts, true love creates permanent bridges between the planes. This doesn't mean that the person who has passed remains trapped here, but that they can communicate when there's attunement. A sincere thought, a silent prayer, a strong memory, all of this can be a channel of contact. Cayce recounted cases in which spirits came to console those who remained, offer intuitions, or simply make themselves felt. For the elderly who carry guilt, regrets, or deep longing, this point is essential, because it shows that it's still possible to express love, apologize, or simply give thanks even after death. This brings deep peace, and it also changes how we see our remaining days. Instead of waiting for the end, we start living the moments with more truth, more presence, and more meaning. Cayce was also clear in saying that no one is abandoned. Even those who have lived harshly, made mistakes, or strayed from the good are welcomed. According to him, the soul isn't judged by human rules but understood in its totality. Every pain, every choice, every regret is analyzed with compassion. He believed that making mistakes is part of spiritual learning. Therefore, he said that the soul is guided to review its journey and decide for itself what it needs to adjust in future experiences. This concept of reincarnation for Cayce wasn't punishment, but a second chance, or as many as are necessary. And for the elderly who feel that there's no time left to change, this message is a balm, because it shows that the soul isn't bound by the time of the body. It continues, learns, evolves, and even after the last breath, there's still a path of growth, clarity, and new beginnings. The way Cayce described these new beginnings was simple, but profound. He said that after the transition, the soul spends time in a plane of learning, where it reviews choices, understands the effects of its actions, and prepares for the next steps. There's no rush in this process, nor imposition. The soul walks at its own pace. Some remain longer in this state of reflection, while others advance more quickly. Cayce compared this to a spiritual school, where each follows their own cycle. For many seniors accustomed to a life marked by obligations, deadlines, and fears, this idea offers relief. Knowing that there's time, that no one is forced, that everything continues with respect and purpose, is calming and also encouraging. It encourages us to use the remaining days to cultivate this awareness, to look inward, to start this learning while still here. After all, according to Cayce, the more conscious we are now, the smoother the crossing will be. Another point he emphasized was the importance of small actions. Cayce said that simple gestures, like an apology, an act of kindness, a sincere word, have great weight on the soul's journey. He stated that many believe that what counts are great works or religious rituals, but that in fact what matters most is the intention behind each action. The soul registers feelings, not appearances. This teaching has immense value for those who are already in the final years of life, because it shows that it's never too late to do something that really matters. It doesn't take much. Sometimes a phone call, a hug, a note can resolve an entire chapter of life. And Cayce said that these resolutions don't die with the body. They travel with the soul, relieving its weight and illuminating its consciousness. Every gesture of truth, even small, has the power to transform the afterlife. In many moments of the interview, Cayce made it clear that life after death isn't a matter of belief, but of experience. He said that just as we don't need to believe in the wind to feel it, we also don't need to understand everything to go through the transition. What makes the difference is how we live now. And that's why, according to him, cultivating serenity, honesty, and love prepares us in a real way. He didn't offer magic formulas, nor did he guarantee a pain-free path. He simply told what he said he saw, a journey that continues with new possibilities. For the elderly who feel time slipping away faster, this vision can be an invitation to stop, breathe, reflect, to let go of fear and embrace the idea that the soul continues, and that every choice made with truth builds a bridge to what comes after, not as an end, but as the next chapter. Throughout the interview, Cayce mentioned that how we face death reflects how we face life. People who have lived harshly often fear the time of departure, while those who have learned to forgive, to laugh at their own mistakes, and to value simplicity tend to face this moment with more serenity. He said that it's not about religion, but about awareness. The soul, when leaving the body, takes what it has built inside. And that's why it's so important to take care of the inner world. No one can go back in time to change the past, but everyone can change how they deal with it now. For those in their golden years, this message is powerful. It shows that there's still time to clean up what was left unresolved, to reconcile with what hurt, and to find meaning even in the most difficult experiences. Because everything that is understood with love transforms into light on the soul's path. Cayce also spoke frequently about the difference between attachment and love. He explained that attachment binds, but love frees, and that often by clinging excessively to those who have already passed or to objects from the past, we create barriers that hinder our own spiritual evolution. According to him, honoring someone isn't keeping them trapped in the pain of absence, but remembering with gratitude, moving forward, and continuing to live with meaning. For the elderly who have lost partners, children, or siblings, this distinction is essential, because it helps to transform grief into loving presence. Cayce suggested that each good memory be like a lit candle, not like an anchor, and that, by letting go of what no longer belongs to the present, we open space for a lighter, truer connection with those who have already passed.